for any questions.
Certainly appreciate the difficulty of the task and the way you've stepped up to do it. I'm glad you're here. And listening to what all the other counties are facing all last week, there's going to be a pool of experienced county employees from all over the state that are going to be looking for jobs. And the real question is when the recovery comes back, are they going to be able to afford to live here? One issue. And are we going to be able to tap into those and replace these people having them afford to live here? Because that's what these kind of cuts mean. This does mean staff. There's no two ways about it. There's some hope on the horizon. With Puget Sound Partnership and those monies, with the counties focusing on county physical health, and hoping that the changes are made in how funding happens for programs at the state level. But we can't anticipate that any of those are going to affect the 2009 budget and hopefully the 2010, but even that's something just to watch, not something to count on. Because the state's got its issues too, and the country has its issues, and it seems like it's spread out to the world now. So it's different than anybody anticipated, I think. Not that long ago. I really appreciate the elected officials working together to step up and with the county department heads to look at all these kind of cuts. Is there a consensus or an opinion evolving around the use of bank capacity? Is that still in discussion?
Well, there's a pretty stark choice here, as I presented in my memo. The sense that I have, and I certainly would invite Donna Eldridge to speak for yourself, but in talking with the county treasurer and with the assessor, I've asked them that question each, and they both are unequivocal, and they think this is sort of the kind of emergent economic times. I referenced to you how much has happened just in the last month. That the impact this can have on helping us preserve the services that the public relies on in a time, tough times, balanced against the relatively, none of us want to pay an extra $25 a year in taxes, but the trade-off seems to be a pretty clear one, and it's difficult to ask that of the citizens in tough times, but these are still the services that they rely on. So yes, both Jack Westerman and Judy Morris have been supportive of taking bank capacity in the general fund. Now, that said, I want to point out that as I sit here today, I'm not recommending that the county commissioners consider using bank capacity in the road levy or in conservation futures. Those areas are not facing the same kind of dire need that the general fund is, not facing the same kind of cutbacks, especially with the recent secure rural schools infusion for the next 3 years to the road fund. So I think that the county commissioners, at least as I sit here today, could prudently consider to continue to exercise fiscal restraint in both conservation futures and the road levy, and not look at taking bank capacity there. But I do think it's a different situation.